Hi, welcome back. I'm here to tell you a little bit about the plant that I study and why it's affected, and then later I'll tell you about what we're doing to fix it. So I study eelgrass, which is a common name for this organism. It is a seagrass. It is called Zostera marina, and it's a marine flowering plant. It grows all over the coast. On the west coast, it grows on the Atlantic coast and grows in Europe. It is very important to the foundation of ecosystems. Similarly to the way that coral reefs are nurseries for small fish in the tropics, this acts as a nursery for fish all over the Pacific coast and Atlantic coast, as well as the coast of Europe. And this is a safe place for small fish to grow, and it's also culturally important to people. So I'll tell you a little bit about the ecosystem. Here in the San Juan Islands, which is in northern Washington state, we have many eelgrass meadows. They are large beaches that are shallow, and these eelgrass grow here. They have rhizomes or root structures, as you can see here at the bottom, and then they grow into the water column, and then these are the leaves. This is where you will find the seeds and all sorts of other portions of the plant. This is important because it creates a safe place for small fish to grow, but also their leaves are home to photosynthetic algae, which provide energy into this marine system, which is eaten then by fish and snails and sea slugs, and then those become food for other organisms. I will tell you about a food web that you may have heard of. The killer whale or orca, they are very important to this food web. The local killer whales here eat particularly Chinook salmon, which feed on Pacific herring. Pacific herring are spawned, they're born and raised in these eelgrass meadows. So when eelgrass meadows are destroyed, it does mean that it affects organisms as big as a killer whale. And this is really important to understanding how we need to restore these systems in order to create food for whales, but also us humans eat salmon as well. So this is an important issue that affects us, not only in our appreciation of orcas and other whales, but also in our appreciation of getting to eat dinner every night. Eelgrass is an ecosystem engineer. It builds habitats for the entire ecosystem. It creates safety for small fish, but also is a food for birds. And it is very important to develop this trophic web, as I described earlier. It's also culturally important to people. The Coast Salish people used to eat eelgrass. They would use sticks and put it into the sediment, twirl the sticks, and then pull out eelgrass. They would eat it just like that. They could also cook it. So culturally and historically, it's very important as well. Right now, we are seeing major declines in eelgrass here, but all over actually the Bay Area as well. Boat traffic and sediment runoff actually stops the marine eelgrass from getting light, so it can't photosynthesize and thus cannot have energy to live. But also here, especially in the Puget Sound, which is north of Seattle, we are seeing major declines due to a disease we call eelgrass wasting disease. On the space, which is the leaf area, we see lesions where there's an organism or a disease that is eating away, which means there's less space for the plant to get photosynthesized. It also is causing issues for other organisms that need to eat it. This is affecting the entire trophic system that we talked about earlier, and thus it's really important that we figure out ways to fix this problem.